is Thursday the 24th of December, and a big day if you're a Cliff Richard fan, because we have his brand new single, the exclusive first play of it, and I'm delighted to say that Sir Cliff Richard is in the studio with us now.
Hi, yeah, what a nice thing to do. Play my record for the first time. Fantastic.
Well, it's I can exclusively reveal I've listened to it already, and it is a great record. So we'll save it for a moment or two.
Okay, sure.
If we may.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll talk first. So this album, I was saying earlier, and it's nearly 20 years since your last Christmas album.
Yes.
Why now?
Well, the record company, Warner Music, says that we'd like to do a Christmas album with you, and I think they realised that over the years I've had success at Christmas. What's wrong is that the journalists that talk about it say that I kind of own Christmas, and I don't. Yeah. I've had 4 number ones at Christmas, but I do release records at Christmas like everybody else does. So they obviously wanted a new album, and I said, well, I thought about it, and I said, okay, and they sent me a whole list of classic Christmas songs, and I just chose, I think, 9 of them. And then they said, do you mind if I can find some new stuff, can I do that? And they said, send it to us. I sent them 3 songs, and they liked them. Yeah. So there are 3 new songs on the album, and the rest are classic old ones, Sleigh Ride, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. And it's a fun album, and I hope people like it.
And it's an album of variety, isn't it?
Yes.
It's slow, fast, loud, soft.
Yeah, and I used, unusually, 2 producers. Because I wanted to have a dynamic, so that one minute you can sing something very slow, like Mary Did You Know, which is Mary Did You Know, and then sing Rockin' Around, and they gave it to me. They were fantastic producers, and two different styles of music, but connected because of Christmas.
And it was recorded in a not very snowy place.
No, it was recorded, the backing tracks and some of the backing vocals were done in LA, and I put my voice on in Miami.
Right, so nice and warm.
Yes, I found a studio there that the Bee Gees used to use, and I'm a big fan of the Bee Gees, so I said, oh yeah, let's do it there.
Fantastic. And what else is happening, Cliff? Because you never stop, really. You're always out there.
Well, I don't really want to... Well, stop is a good word. I might stop one day. I don't want to retire. Because once you've retired, you feel that you've got to stay away. And if you do want to do something, it's called a comeback.
Yes.
And every time I hear somebody's done a comeback, I'm thinking, oh, they've run out of money.
Yeah.
So I might stop one day, and that means that I could maybe not appear anyway for 2 years, and then say, well, can I do the Albert Hall for a couple of days,
Yeah, exactly. It's not a final stop, but it's just a pause.
And recording is so much fun. Yeah. If I could record every day of my life, I would.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, terrific.
I mean, you've been doing a job you love for a long, long time.
Yes, and it's always a challenge, because every time you do an album, there's something different about it, And when I listen back to some of my older albums, in fact, I'm going to ask Warner Music if they'll release something called Set Free. Right. Like I'm Set Free, because there are tracks on some of those albums that are so funky, but people normally play, if you're going to listen to me, they'll play Living Doll or Summer Holiday. Nothing wrong with those, million sellers, but sometimes I want to be heard singing, yeah!
Because you've done that variety of work all through the years. It's been great. Now, singing live, performing live, you're still going to be doing that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've got a tour planned for next year. It's not a very long tour. This is one of the things I can do, because the heavy touring is really a strain, particularly on the vocal cords. Yeah. You never know. You wake up in the morning thinking, oh, please, let my voice be all right just for tonight. So that's a stressful thing. So I'm only doing about 8 concerts next year.
Right.
And it'll be fun. I mean, I usually I like it, and it's nice to be in front of a public that comes to see you because they like you, and it's a sort of mutual love thing.
But you don't want to do too much, just pace yourself, that's it.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit dignified when you're 82.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at you. You look 25 years younger than I do. It's brilliant, well done. You're meeting up, I know for us, with Sarah Cox, and a rather special programme that's going out near Christmas.
Yes, that's it. It's coming out. We've worked on it pretty hard over the months, and Sarah was fantastic to talk to, and she took me back to where I feel I was born, Studio 2, Abbey Road. Right. I mean, there's something magical about that. The Beatles loved it. In fact, when I met Paul there once, they were celebrating like the 50th year or the 100th year, I can't remember what it was. And he said to me, God, we hated you. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, every time we called for Studio 2, you had it. I said, oh, please, Paul, don't give me that rubbish. We hated you. Because every time Bruce Welch called to book the studio for us, you had it. And we were both hating each other for no reason at all. We were both favourites.
Studio 2, Abbey Road.
Oh, yeah, but
that was the place
to be fair, they made it famous because when we started there, we did singles only. It took a year or so before we ever did an album. And they started doing albums. And, of course, the album, Abbey Road, it made it really famous. So good on them.
There's a special magazine now, isn't there?
Yes, I've never had a magazine released, but it'll be in the supermarkets, actually. And it's an interesting thing. It's I suppose I can talk about this. We wanted to have the sort of CD in it or on it, and we thought it would look nice on the front cover. But no, we can't have it on the front cover because that doesn't count in the counting of the charts numbers.
Oh.
But you can have it on the inside. So don't get fooled. It's a magazine and it's got my picture on it, and you have to open it up, look at the magazine, and my CD is on the inside.
Well,
it's the first time I've ever had that.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's an interesting development.
You have to embrace everything that's new. I would never have thought of putting a CD in the middle of a magazine, but if it sells records, terrific.
Well, why not? That's the end result we're all after, of course. And Christmas with Cliff is the album. So we're going to play the exclusive, world exclusive first play of the single. So do you want to give us a few words about it?
Yes, I mean, I worked with somebody in America, and he's written songs for me before, one or two songs before, and suddenly, about a year ago, I got this demo, and it was the song. And I thought, oh, my goodness, it sounds... you can never say, this is going to be number one. But sometimes you can hear a song and you say, this could be a hit. And usually a hit is anywhere in the top 20, really, if you're lucky. And so I thought, this sounds like a hit. And I'm glad the record company chose it as the first single, because it would be the one I would have chosen to release as the first single. And in a way, what's the single anymore? People don't really buy records, but it's the record we hope that you guys on the radio will play, and people will get to know what the album's basically about.
Well, it's a good listen, as I think everybody will discover
and
now.
And it's called...
Heart of Christmas.
Yes.
There it is. Cliff, fabulous to see you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Nice to see you too. Pleasure.
And here is Heart of Christmas.
The streets are glistening with lights, and hearts are full of hope and love, while children carol silent night. Can you hear them? The air is getting cold outside. The snow is falling from above. All is calm and all is bright. Come adore Him. Holy, holy, holy night. Hear the angels singing out. Unto us a child is born, Jesus, the heart of Christmas. So set your eyes upon the star, with glory shining all around, as families from both near and far come together. The shepherds gather round Him there. Listen and you'll hear the sound. The song they sang in Bethlehem is forever. Holy, holy, holy night. Joy to the world, for the Savior has come. King of all kings, joy to the world, joy to the world. Worship God's only Son. Lift your voices and sing. Holy, holy, holy night. Hear the angels singing out. Unto us a child is born, Jesus the heart of Christmas. Heart of Christmas. Holy, holy, holy night. Holy night. Heaven's bells are ringing out. Christ has come to save the world. Yeah. Jesus the heart of Christmas. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Lovely touch at the end, the Oh Holy Night. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Lovely. Heart of Christmas. Lovely song.
I think it's a fantastic song. I love it. And again, it's nice to have a Christmas song that's actually about Christmas.
Well,
you know?
yeah. The
Although
message
having
is
said
there.
that, there was, when you think of our British past, we've had some fantastic rock and roll Christmas things that are just happy songs. They were good as well. But I like singing songs like this at this time of the year because I think people quite often want to be calm a bit and be happy and celebratory. So it's a
Think
perfect
about
song for
the
me.
proper message of Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Lots of people getting in touch. Neil in Weybridge says, "Oh my goodness, that's my Christmas number one. Keep on rocking, Cliff."
Oh,
He says,
fantastic. I'll do my best.
Please say hello to Sir Cliff Richard from Shane Devine in Waterford in Ireland. He wants to say hello to you.
Oh, goody.
And we've had another couple of people in here talking. Thank you for talking to Dear Cliff. This says it's from Sarah in Lewisham, and she says, "I've seen many fabulous people in concert. I don't really like superlatives, but Cliff's show was phenomenal, just phenomenal. Something else. Lovely man, super talented."
Oh,
it's nice.
I
Isn't
mean,
it?
what can I say?
And a group here in Gravesend. They work for a well-known opticians, and they're in the lab there. And they say, 2 years ago we created this Cliffmas tree in our lab in preparation for this day, and it's a smallish silver Christmas tree, but you are festooned all over it.
Oh, fantastic.
Perfect for Christmas. It's a terrific single. Thanks so much for bringing it into
Thank
us,
you.
Cliff, and good luck with everything that's happening between now and Christmas.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for the opportunity of playing something with you.
But not at all.
Fantastic.
We'll
Thank
do it
you.
again sometime.
Okay.
Lovely to see you, Cliff.
Yeah,
Thanks
good
so
to
much
see
for
you
coming
too.
in. Sir Cliff Richard.